Hello students, hope you all are doing well. My name is Sheelam Verma and I am an economics teacher at Mount Litra Z School, Ghaziabad. In today's class, we are going to study about the condition of excess demand in an economy. So let us study what is excess demand. Excess demand refers to a situation when aggregate demand is greater than the aggregate supply corresponding to full employment level of output in the economy. That means the aggregate demand in this situation is greater or it is more than the aggregate supply by employing all the resources, all the manpower in the economy. In this situation, when aggregate demand is greater than the aggregate supply, in this situation, the condition of inflationary gap arises. Now, let us see what is inflationary gap with the help of following diagram, which is drawn here. We can see here in the diagram, which in x-axis we see income, output and employment, whereas in y-axis we see aggregate demand. The 45-degree line is the curve of aggregate supply, or we can also say that it is income line. Now, according to the diagram, point E is the equilibrium point. Point E is the equilibrium point where we see that the economy is working at full employment level. It means all those resources, manpower, whatever is available in the economy, that all has used to supply. But at this point, the aggregate demand is C plus I, that is consumption plus investment. In this, we can see that this aggregate demand is the actual one. By employing, by utilizing all the resources, we are just getting any amount of aggregate demand. Whereas the required aggregate demand in the economy is AD1, which is the addition of consumption, investment, and change in investment. Let us see what is change in investment. Change in investment is basically the rise in investment. As the investment increases, the income also increases, which lead to a rise in demand. Increase in investment increases the demand, which is aggregate demand in the economy level. So at economy level, when investment increases, the aggregate demand also increases, which we can see through AD1 line. Now you can see here in the diagram that from point E to F, this is the shortage of aggregate demand in the economy. So this shortage can be shown with the help of an inflationary gap situation. This EF is known as inflationary gap. How can we say this? The reason is, how can we say that? Because here you can see AD is the actual aggregate demand, whereas AD1 is the required aggregate demand. So there is gap between actual and the required in the economy. So this shortage, this gap is considered as inflationary gap. And with the help of this diagram, we can say that the demand is excess and which leads to the inflationary gap in the economy. Hope this would help you in understanding the concept of excess demand. Thank you.